I do not exist, at least, not in the physical sense of bones, meat, tendons, and skin. I am the lines of the letter that marks where the story begins. I am the voice that speaks of a choice, a decision. I am the sound that forces you to listen. I'm a surrogate of an ancient tradition largely forgotten since written language and the invention of the television. The squawking of radios, barking about talking points that everybody already knows as they trample upon an art form currently in its death throes. The electric orators coupled with their audience ostracize me because I'm not adorned with gaudy pins, flaunting sins and taunting kids. No, I'm haunting speech. Not reaching for glory or to be a top seller. Why? Well, because I'm the modern day storyteller. You see, I don't preach, nor do I praise the strong and scorn the weak, call someone wrong and label another as a freak. I speak for them, performing in a forum with little decorum. The teller, the listeners, together with memory as the only moment recorders. Searching for quarters to buy one more minute at a time, we yearn for disorder in the order of the rhymes. Every story, like every teller, has a birthday, and the genesis of myth is not exempt from this, and at some point it stumbled through the doorway. But enough of the foreplay. Stick, stone, flint, spark, flick, hone, hit, start. Finally the first flame flashes from a bed of cinders, limber and supple, yet its timber is so subtle. Suddenly the world became so muddled, 'cause man realized that there was more than me, than you, than her, than him. That there was more to earth than free food, warm furs and skins. Bonfires circled with earth. Earth were the first amphitheaters, and our predecessors in this tradition were the first vivid speakers. Gods, ghosts, hosts of warriors. They weren't present in the plot, but they were the moral couriers. Hurriers never survived for centuries by being witty and clever. Man stared. The flames danced. And man stared. Slowly becoming aware of the presence of something that wasn't there. The motifs and the sparks flow free with the patterns and the stars, and unknowingly glowing kingdoms were founded in sound waves with their foundations in our hearts. The lips part to impart artful noise, words, nonsensical stimuli to which meaning is applied, from which feeling is derived. From this, healing is supplied to those stealing closer to hear a sober line. There's knowers and nodders, showers and fodder, and the teller repeats each of these as if he was a father. He leads sons and daughters through verbal corridors of horrors and slaughters, a plotter of love. He speaks and paves streets with celebrations and glee. The teller heaves and sighs, whole kingdoms seethe and die, while others are birthed and breathe and cry. We're relieved, and why? Because stories are prehistoric antidepressants. They give relevance to alibis and confessions, professions of passion, and also to questions and those who ask them. Man stared. The flames danced. And man stared. And the teller would stand, staff in hand, laugh and rant, scream, plead, and recant facts, plead for pleas, and confess questions that no one ever asked, speaking with each character's voice, but never becoming them. Keenly sees each listener's needs and never begrudges them, nudges their attention to the necessary lessons in various directions for each act, scene, and all sections. Before man could write, he could recite what it was like to hunt for 5 days with only the sun and a knife. Before he could print, he'd manipulate his lips in a series of hisses, clicks, and blips, and soon discovered where emotion could fit. Before hard drives, he had a hard time accepting that he was his memories, and unless he told them as stories, they become afterthoughts, thoughtfully following him to the cemetery. Emissaries of morals and themes, they founded the seminaries of slang and social memes in an age when 25 was an end without a mean. Tribes based on patriarchal supremacy, sailing through ocean-like grasslands, would fall upon their prey and never show clemency. That clan, always ready to eat, were hunter-gatherers. They believed the remedy was fleet feet and not being blatherers. So they effectively collected fresh sections of meat. The sky was their blanket. The roof was a tree. A time when the earth was young as well as the sea, but the day was old, shadows elongating, birthing a night that they were anxiously awaiting, because for days they've been evading sleep, breathlessly slaving to eat. It seems the sun was saving the heat, and now rains radiated rays upon a people unsatiated in so many ways. The sun remains for a moment as a blood-covered thumbnail, painting mountains as rose gardens and treetops as cinders. Some fail amidst the winters and die. A bush struck by lightning splinters yet survives. A lush, frightening thought interred, only to be revived.